afternoon, everybody. It's the Two Old Farts. My name is Chuck.
I'm Larry on the better looking of Two Old Farts.
We're going to keep doing this, right?
We got to run a contest one of these days and see how many votes we can get.
Yeah, maybe. Wonder why my laptop ain't charging up. What the heck's going on? I've been having problems with my laptop, as a matter of fact. It doesn't, when I turn it on, the wireless doesn't want to work. And when I plugged it in up here, it didn't want to connect, so I'm connecting it to my phone. So I'm running off of my phone. I made it as a mobile hotspot.
Well,
but it's still not charging up.
You're the tech. You're supposed to know how to fix that stuff.
What's that?
You're the tech. You're supposed to know how to fix that stuff.
I am, but it didn't work.
Sometimes that stuff gets frustrating, don't it?
Sometimes, yeah. But it still ain't charging up, man. I don't know what the heck's going on with my... Oh. Maybe it's time to get a new laptop. I don't know. It ain't charged. I can't connect to the internet.
Do you have an extender upstairs?
I do, but it doesn't matter if it's a wireless problem. It's a wireless problem.
Yeah. Maybe you need a new wire.
Maybe I just need a new laptop. I don't know, man.
Yeah, sometimes you just have to start over and figure it out, right?
I tell you what, man, when it comes to you, me, and this podcast, it's always about when technology fails. Yep,
that's why I just went straight back to my laptop and just do it all there. I have less problems. I just can't figure out what the hell caused that.
And speaking of when technology fails, what's going on with Spectrum Cable and Disney, ABC, ESPN? All of it's blocked now.
It is a mess, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, I was telling your mom the other day, and Jordan, my other granddaughter, the entertainment business is getting too big. We don't realize it, but they control most everything in our life and what we're doing, the entertainment business.
What we see, they try to manipulate how we think and feel.
Yeah, and then, everybody wants to control. Whoever's got the most money is going to control. It's probably never going to change.
Nope, probably not.
And Disney, from my perspective, they got the upper hand. They don't have to negotiate. And reading this morning that Spectrum may lose these channels, period, all the way around. Because Spectrum, the second largest internet provider in the country. So,
you mean cable TV provider? They might be. I don't know. I don't keep up with who's biggest and smallest.
It's a mess. And the sad part of it is us folks. We're the ones losing. We can't enjoy and do the things we want to do, and if they don't mess around and fix this stuff pretty quick, I think you're going to see more people doing what we did last night. They're going out for entertainment where they have choices and they can enjoy themselves. It's not going to be a whole lot more expensive. The only difference is
we also now have a choice. I mean, we aren't tied to cable companies anymore. As long as you have internet, you can get your TV through the cable company. You can get it through YouTube TV, Hulu Live TV, Fubo TV, Sling. You can get it off of numerous different businesses, if you will, or streaming services. There you go. That's what I was looking for.
And all those prices are going to continue to rise, and it's all about the entertainment field. One washes the other. you got all these actors, actresses on strike, the writers on strike now. So, and I'm not saying they don't deserve more money. I'm not saying that at all. I'm not getting into the politics of it. But from a business point of view, when they do theirs, and it just flows downhill. Everybody else is going to raise their price. But the sad part is, I don't think people are making that much more money to offset the cost. Doing business is higher than the living expenses.
In the end, it's going to be a losing proposition for the businesses that are not trying to end the strike, because they're already almost 6 months since the strike started, behind in not producing content. So once the strike is over and they start work, all of that time that's been lost, they haven't been recording new TV shows, movies, nothing, because of this writer's strike. So what content are they going to show us in the next year?
Yep.
What are we watching?
Well, you're watching reruns, or that's why I said, people may find other avenues of entertainment, like what we did last night and other things. I mean, people.
Yeah,
it's not like in the old days. You're pretty content going home and having dinner with the family, but those lifestyle changes and the world changes, and it's. As your granny used to say, the rich is always going to be rich, and the poor is always going to be poor. It's a matter of the haves and the have-nots. Sad state of affair.
It is.
But we're not going to fix it talking about it here today.
No, but we can shine some light on it.
Yeah.
Maybe spark a discussion.
Yeah.
Speaking of spark, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, what were you going to say?
No, I just said, this business just upsets you. You just, the things you enjoy. Football game. I want to watch my football games. And I want somebody to tell me what I can and can't do. I'm making my money. I'm paying for it. I should have some choice without having to break. I was telling you last night, we're paying enormous fees for what we're getting, and not be able to get some of the things that we actually pay for to get.
Yeah, you can't even actually watch the football game on ESPN, because trying to watch it on ESPN through the app, it's like, well, who's your cable provider? You put in Spectrum, and it's like, oh, screw you.
Yeah.
There's a dispute between us, and so guess what? You can't watch anything. But I'm like, well, why am I paying for ESPN Plus?
Exactly. It's not just football. The golf that was on this weekend, all week this weekend. Then you got the soccer games, any sports activities going on. You got the basketball games going on. It's just, I don't know. It's frustrating, and it sounds like the companies are using us, the people, to try to get what they want, and that's not right.
That's very true.
Yeah. So anyway, had a good time last night, though. It was.
That's what I was going to say. Where were we last night?
I love going to the Roundup out in Bernie. I like to drive out there. It's peaceful and quiet. Not that much traffic, and the weather was really nice. I expected it to be a little bit warmer, but it had a nice little breeze through there.
It did, yeah.
And it's always fun when you and Brenda and your mom and I get together, and then she has a couple of drinks, and we start talking and laughing and find out things you didn't know. So,
what'd you find out that you didn't know?
That I can't hear.
Well, we've known that for 30 years.
But it's just fun. I really enjoy it. Just like when Brenda said, I had forgotten all about the first time we had met her or seen her. What you got for just young teenagers?
Yeah, I was on the verge of turning 14 when I met my
Yeah,
wife.
yeah. And then then talk about she saw us. We're over at an event there at Lackland, at a 4th of July event or something like that. Interesting.
Yeah, the concert.
Hmm? Yeah,
Wasn't it the concert?
yes. I don't remember who was. Yeah, we saw a couple of concerts. We saw Alabama.
Yeah, we saw
Uh,
Alabama. That's the only one I can remember.
yeah, but I enjoyed Pam Tillis. I was kind of expecting her to a little bit more of a tribute to her father, but like you were saying, and your mom, and we talked about it, it's her time, it's her show, and she's a great entertainer.
Yeah, she is. She really put her heart and soul into it. It was a good show. She can still
You
sing.
know what? Yeah, and what's nice to me is when you look around, she's 66. You see a lot of these people we're going to go see, all the concerts you're going to, they're your age or a little bit older, and they're still got it. They're still going good. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
sure
that's
enough.
why you got to stay active. If you don't, you die.
That's true.
Yeah. So, how many
Very, very,
concerts
very
you go
true.
to last week?
On Wednesday, who did I go see? Wednesday. Oh, Wednesday was Asking Alexandria, the Mongolian metal band, The Who, and another band called 0936. Don't know anything about the first or the last, but I only went to really go see the Mongolian metal band, The Who.
Right.
HU. Oh my God, I just love those guys. I was able to get the meet and greet with the band. The audience was able to ask questions. I wasn't able to get my question in because they were running out of time, but they got to tell us a little bit about the instruments that they played that are traditional Mongolian instruments. It's a 4-piece band, but they have like 3 or 4 more people that they bring out on tour to round it out, like traditional drums, traditional guitar, traditional bass. And it's just all about playing Mongolian traditional music that's kind of set to like a heavy metal backbeat, if you will. And it's like really cool. And then they throw in that throat singing. And if you don't know about throat singing, go to YouTube and type in Mongolian throat singing. It's super impressive what they're doing with their throat. They're getting like 2 different notes based on how they're breathing and how they form their mouth to make the octaves go higher and lower. It's super impressive.
So,
So that was
all
Wednesday.
okay.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, how do they do all that with all those outfits those guys wear? They were some crazy outfits.
See, now you're talking about the concert I went to on Friday. That was Gwar, the band Gwar.
Yeah,
They've been around since the mid late 80s, I'd say. They're all about my age, if not maybe a little older, maybe a little bit younger. It's kind of hard to describe Gwar. It's kind of schlock. Um, uh, they can be classified as heavy metal, punk, thrash.
uh-huh.
It's hard to describe, and they wear these crazy outfits. They're supposedly from outer space. The
Right,
concept.
right,
The sickest band in the universe is kind of how they bill themselves.
right.
So if you go to their webpage and you click on Mythos, it says the story of Gwar is carved across the history of this barren and hopeless planet. But Gwar themselves are not of this world. Their story begins in the deepest reaches of outer space. Long ago, the beings who would become the rock band Gwar were part of an elite fighting force, the scumdogs of the universe. For eons, they served as thralls to a supreme being known only as the Master. But one by one, each future member of the band earned a glaring reputation for being an intergalactic fuck-up. And so they were banished, sent away on a fool's errand to conquer an insignificant shitball floating in the dark corner of the universe, the planet Earth. Once here, Gwar shaped the face of the globe, destroying and rebuilding the natural world and giving rise to all human history. Aliens to some, gods and demons to others, our erstwhile scumdogs. You know, that's the band Gwar.
Right.
So obviously they don't take themselves too seriously. It's all about fun, and
right.
They just take it to the nth degree. There's fake blood spewing across the stage every 5 minutes. It's just chaos, and it's just a lot of fun.
Yeah, you can tell by looking at what you posted. You're having a good time, and that's what life's all about. Because the next thing you know,
it was. Yeah, in the audience, there was a husband, wife, and a daughter in line ahead of me for the meet and greet. And their daughter, she was in middle school. I think she said she was in 5th grade. Or no, 6th. I think she said she was in 6th. And she was there to meet the band as well.
Oh, wow. Well, that's like last night, watching how many families were there. And, just right down below us, there's a family. They had a couple of girls and, their brothers and stuff like that. They were getting into that. Well, that one little girl, she was just cute as a button. Had a cowboy hat on, and she had her boots on and all that kind of stuff. And that's how you create memories and future things in life are what you enjoy. And that's just how you have to raise your children, to enjoy things and get out and do things with them. And the parents or whoever those were, because it looks like there was 2 tables together there.
Looked like almost 3 tables, I think.
Yeah.
It looked like there was 3 tables together.
Yeah.
But, even at the metal concerts, I'm seeing parents bringing their teenage children to the concerts. And I'm sure the teenagers are wanting to be there, so the parents are going with them to make sure, that's safe and have a good time and all that. And that's what it's all about. People know more about the music today than when I was growing up, and you would hear what you would hear, like, oh, it's satanic and they're devil worshippers, and then 30, 40 years later, you realize they weren't. It was just a gimmick or whatever to get people to pay attention to the band, so they would get some press, if you will. And you realize they're not like that. They're just regular old people raising a family, trying to make a living.
Exactly. Yep. Yeah, and that's why I enjoy about us going out and we go to the floors or wherever your mom and I and Brenda. It's about doing the things that you couldn't do a long time ago for whatever those reasons are. And it's good to see families taking advantage of it now and taking their kids out and doing those kind of things. That's what family is all about.
It is. And a lot of the concerts I couldn't see when I was in the Army because either they weren't coming by close, I didn't have the time, circumstances, I was deployed in the field, too far away to drive, just didn't even know they were coming.
Yeah. Yeah.
So. But I'm making up for lost time.
So where you guys going Monday?
Monday, Brenda was fortunate enough to win free tickets to see Robert Earl Keen. So we're going to see him at Floors Monday.
All right. So you're going to take the next day off, or you're going to go in and work?
I got to go into work in the morning. I may sleep in a little bit and still go in. I got a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
No rest for the weary or the wicked.
Yeah, but you're still young enough. You can hang in there. You can do that kind of stuff. So when you get old like me,
Dan, I'm pushing 60 now, man. I'm pushing 60.
You're a long way from 60.
57. That ain't a long way.
3 years is like a lifetime. Just
It's all relative.
pushing that 80 now. See, that's getting closer.
Yeah, you are pushing 80. And one day, hopefully, good Lord willing, I'll be there too.
Yeah. So you just don't quit doing what you got to do and have fun while you're doing it.
That's all.
When
That's all
somebody
I
tells
can
you
do.
no, I can do it. Yeah, just keep on doing it.
That's very true.
So where's that daughter at today? I thought she was going to join us on this podcast.
Oh man. She wanted to, but then she realized she had a Diamond Sweethearts engagement this morning from 10 to 2 that she couldn't miss. So that's where she's at right now. So yeah, when she texted me, she and her boyfriend were very excited. So, my daughter goes to Texas State. And while we were going en route to the concert last night, my wife was telling me that they were going to be playing Baylor in Baylor. And I'm like, oh man, Texas State, they're going to lose. They're going to lose bad. And while we were at the concert, she kept checking the score and kept showing it to me. And I'm like, they're winning. And I'm like, they're still winning. Oh my God, they're still beating them. And then the gap was getting bigger. And, it was crazy. Texas State beat Baylor at Baylor last night, Dad. That was exciting.
What was that final score?
What was the final score?
It's more than exciting. It was like, I think last time you said it was like 41-27 or something like that.
It was 42-31 final score.
42-31.
42-31.
That's exciting for Texas State.
You ain't lying. And a brand new head coach, too.
Yeah, I got to look at see how UTSA did with Houston last.
They lost by 3.
UTSA lost by 3?
Yep. They lost by 3.
Oh,
yes,
wow.
sir.
Well, that's in some respects that's a win because people were expecting Houston to blow them out.
They were. They
UTSA
were, but they
lost
didn't.
Lost a lot. Yeah. So what else you got going
on? That's really about it. Just doing this podcast with you. Concerts, a lot of concerts this past week. I really don't have any plans for Labor Day except to not labor. And then this afternoon, just finish getting the podcast put together, put the opening tracks on it, publish it, put the video up on YouTube, and then put the stuff on the socials, which I could use your help with, Dad. A couple months ago, I gave you the usernames and passwords for all the social media accounts, and you still haven't gotten on and done anything. Why is that?
Yeah, I got to get off my lazy butt and do that. I still got it all written down. Right. I just got to find some time, and I got plenty of time. I just got
what? Dad, you got all the time in the world. You ain't got shit to do all day.
That's true, but anyway, between cutting the grass and all that kind of stuff, it just eats up your time. Next thing you know, it's a week later.
What grass do you have to cut? It's all dead.
That's true.
But yeah, anyway. See, more lies, people. More lies. More lies.
So how many downloads we have this week? Have you checked?
Yeah, I have, and none. No downloads this month.
Oh.
Yes, no downloads. Actually, we had one download on September 1st. Nothing Saturday, nothing today. So we're stuck at 2,825. But that one download did not come from the United States, Dad. It came from Canada.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's it. We were talking about that last night.
We have as many downloads from across the globe as we do in America.
Yep.
Can you believe that?
We got to figure out what we got to do differently here. Yep.
Well, I think besides more consistency, I think we just got to keep improving our game, figuring out what people want to hear, being entertaining, funny. And like I said, just figuring out what people want to hear from us. What do we have to say that they want to hear?
Yeah. I agree. So maybe next week I can do some research on all that, come up with some ideas and some funny things. Get off my lazy butt. You don't have to agree, but just
you are lazy, so I do agree there.
But that's why you live, to do the things you do, so you can do what the hell you want to do when you get ready to do it.
That's true. So in America, every state except Alaska and West Virginia has downloaded our podcast. Every state except Alaska and West Virginia.
I got to figure out how to get a hold of them. Now, Alaska, I understand that's too damn cold up there to be doing anything, so they ought to be listening. West Virginia, I'm not sure about, so we figure out how to get to them folks.
I think every country in South America, except Bolivia and Paraguay, have downloaded from us. Peru, Ecuador, Colombia, Venezuela, Brazil, Uruguay, Argentina, Chile, all of those countries have downloaded. Looks like maybe a third of the countries in the continent of Africa have. I think everybody in Europe has, I believe. Norway, yes, but no Sweden. No downloads from China or Mongolia or Kazakhstan.
How about
Belgium? I'm going to give a shout out to Mongolia, and hopefully those people will give us a download from all the love I'm giving them on their metal band, The Who. So yeah, we're pushing up on 3,000 all-time downloads, which not too bad. Could be better.
Great. We got to push it to get there this month. Come up with
that's a big swing. That's 175 downloads in a month. We'll be lucky to do.
That's all right.
Lucky if we can do half that. If we do half that, that's a good month.
Yep.
Well, it's
so you don't have anything coming up.
What's that?
So you don't have anything coming up here next week? You don't have anything coming up next week you're going to besides Monday night?
Let me see, Monday. No. There is a concert next Friday, but I don't have tickets for it because it's sold out. It's a reunion of this progressive metal band from the early mid-'80s called Watchtower that came out of Austin, Texas. And it's going to be at Fitzgerald's bar off of San Pedro. And that thing sold out within a couple of days, man. But yeah, no concerts next week except Robert Earl Keen on Monday. And then the next week, I'll be out of town for most of the week, attending the Air Force Association Aerospace and Cyber Conference in Washington, D.C. for work. I'll be there.
Oh, okay. That sounds like fun.
Mm-hmm. And then that same week, the day I get back, my oldest daughter and the grandkids will be coming in that afternoon, evening. So I'll have them through Saturday.
That's good. I'm looking forward to that. Looking to see Kaylee and all those girls and Peter.
Yep.
Yeah. Especially Lucy and
Hannah.
Hannah. Well, that Hannah's growing, isn't she? She's a little pistol.
Is.
What I can see on. See, then maybe we can do a podcast before they leave. We get Isabel and Lydia, maybe Hannah.
Yeah, we can try that.
Yeah,
we can definitely try that.
That'd be pretty neat to get them in.
Yeah, it would.
Because that Lydia and Isabel, they're really doing some great things. Lydia with her Girl Scouts, she's really doing some good things. And Isabel, she's a real blessing.
Yeah, smart as a whip too, man.
Yeah.
Well, do you see what time it is, old fart? Look on the upper right-hand part of the screen.
Yeah, we're 31 and a half minutes here.
31 and a half minutes. I got to go
figure out how I'm going to get these Alabama football games, and the other football games don't want to watch. Because we got Texas coming up this weekend. That's going to be.
You got to get either YouTube TV or Hulu TV.
Yeah, I just got to figure out which one is going to be the best and the cheapest.
Yeah. Well, but you got to figure that out on your own.
You're gonna call your mom and talk to her, right? And, she don't like doing new stuff sometimes. But once she gets into it, she figured it out. Then she.
Yeah, it's like she figured it out all on her own.
Yeah, but gotta love her.
Kind of have to, yeah.
Yeah. So, anyway, we'll wrap this thing up and see what happens next week.
All righty.
We'll keep people posted on this negotiation between Spectrum and Disney. It's I was reading this morning that Spectrum may not. They may just drop all these programs.
I doubt it. They would be business suicide.
Yeah, it's all about money. So anyway, we'll figure it out. And that's what we do. All right. Well, you have a good one.
You too, Dad.
I love you. Thanks for.
Love you too.
The good memories last night.
Anytime.
We just got to get this highway stuff figured out on 1604, all that construction. So it makes it not as difficult to get from point A to point B.
I agree.
All right.
All right. You take care, Dad. All right. Love you. Hey, bye, everybody.
Love you. Bye, guys.
Have
a good weekend. A good week.
Yep. See y'all next week.